Hello, third grade. Today we are on our social studies test for today. Make sure you got your name on the top. Today's date is the 23rd. I'll read the questions with you. Make sure you watch the video because I give you some help on some of them sometimes. All right, first part is our vocab. So, the blank is an imaginary line that divides the world into northern and southern hemispheres. That was the equator, so I crossed off equator and wrote equator in the blank. All right, let's work on the next three. The 5 largest bodies of water on Earth are called capitals, countries, geography, or oceans. 5 largest bodies of water are those capital, country, geography, or oceans. Number 3, a blank is the city where the government of a country or state meets. The city where the government meets. Is that capital, country, geography, or oceans? Number 4, the study of Earth's land, air, water, and people is called that capital, country, geography, or oceans. And last, the United States is an example of a capital, country, geography, or oceans. Just turn it over. So if I turn the page and I'm on the back right here. Look at the map and read the questions. Circle the letter next to the best answer. The equator and the prime meridian divide the world into continents, countries, oceans, or hemispheres. So the equator and the prime meridian, what are they divided into? For continents, that can't be the case. There's 7 continents. For countries, that doesn't make sense. There's way more than 4 countries in the world. Oceans or hemispheres? These lines divide it into oceans or hemispheres. Number 7, which of these is completely in the southern hemisphere? So, prime meridian's right here. Which is completely in the southern hemisphere, which means south of that line. So like it can't be South America because it's partially, part of it's in the northern hemisphere. So which of these continents is completely in the southern hemisphere? Africa right here, Asia up here, Australia right here, or Europe right here. Which of those was completely below this line? Africa, Asia, Australia, or Europe? Antarctica and Australia are oceans, continents, seas, or spheres. Antarctica and Australia. Australia here, Antarctica down there. They're not water, so they can't be oceans and they can't be seas. So is that a continent or a sphere? Number 9, the United States is made up of many different continents, countries, hemispheres, or states. The United States is a country, so it can't be made up of a whole bunch of different countries. There's only 7 continents, so is it made up of many different hemispheres or many different states? Number 10. What happened when Christopher Columbus first came to North America? A. He said he knew it was there all along. B. He was sad because it wasn't what he was expecting. C. He was excited because he thought he was in Asia. Or D. He kept going to China. It's C, right? When you were reading about our explorers, He didn't even know he was in North America at first. He thought he had gone all the way to the other side of Asia, not even knowing all of North America, where we live today, was in the way. For our last page, we need to read this, and then we'll answer some questions about it. All right? 2 astronauts wrote about seeing Earth from space. Read what they wrote, then answer the questions. Earth looked like a pretty ball hanging in space. As we went farther away, it grew smaller. At last, it was the size of a marble. It looked like the most beautiful marble you can imagine. James Irwin. Seeing the Earth from space changes how you look at things. The things that we share in our world are much more important than the things that divide us. Charles Walker. What did James Irwin think Earth looked like? So reread James Irwin, that's the top. What did it look like? The Earth looked like, oh, it's right here. The Earth looked like a pretty ball hanging in space. All right, so that's your answer for that first one. Number 2, why did Earth seem to get smaller? It grew smaller, why? Well, they were going farther away. Right, as they went farther away, it looked like it grew smaller. Number 13, what changed how Charles Walker looked at things? So reread this part. Seeing the Earth from space changes how you look at things. The things that we share in our world are much more important than the things that divide us. And then number 14, picture seeing Earth from space. How does it make you feel? All right, so pretend that you were way up in space seeing Earth. How would it make you feel? Once you are done with that, you are done with your social studies test. Make sure you tuck it back in your Wednesday folder so that we can grade it.